Perfect. All right, mommy. Like this? You like this? Look. I gotta show it to the people. So the other day, I came up with a mommy and me series because I wanted to grow closer to you. So I said, like we have to start dating and going out and exploring the city. And I think I want to dedicate this to the growth of mother daughter relationships worldwide. And it's inspired by the plight of Caribbean mothers who migrated to America for a better life and got caught up in the survival race, who are now retired and scared to leave the comfort of their own homes. Sound familiar? And I just want to pay homage to my grandmother, Evelyn, my mama, the Dutchess, who literally raised me to be all that I can be and desire to be. And I also want to say that this is also in loving memory of Sister Suzette Anderson and Sister Claudette Singleton, who I feel like the American system broke their bodies down and they never got to fully enjoy their life in America. So, without further ado, I want to ask you a few questions because I came across an article online that a woman wrote because she wished she asked her mom certain questions before she didn't have her anymore. And I feel like there's so many mother-daughters that just have gaps in their relationships because they don't ask the right questions or they don't realize until after it's too late. So, I wanted you to start by sharing our family story and any fascinating anecdotes of my grandmother, your mommy, or your grandmother, or like just the Ferguson Elliston family in general. Yeah.
Okay.
So, can you share some anecdotes of our family story?
Well, we grew up in the parish of Clarendon, Jamaica, West Indies. I did not know my grandparents that much because I was closer to my grandmother, and she didn't live until she was around, I think she lived until she was around 72, around that time. And all the years I've known her, I did not know her as an active person, used to get up and go about. She was always inside, so. And then I didn't know her sisters or brothers. I've not seen or heard about her siblings. And then my grandfather now, I knew him, but not at the time when I could have known him. I get to know him when he was not even aware that I was around or his grandchildren were around. So we didn't have much about our grandparents like that.
Okay. And what about grandma?
Interaction. That's my mother.
Yeah. So tell me about her. Tell me about her from your lens. I know that's your mama, and that's my grandma.
Yes, so my mother was a single mother, and she was very much in tune with everyone around her. She helped to assist in the raising of some of her nieces and nephews and her children. And to be frank, we all did well when it come to self-esteem. She was very strict, and we could not go about around people's homes and staying over and all like that. She was vigilant. She was very vigilant, especially with the girls. And so we had to be intact with everything that we do. And that's about it.
What's your favorite memory of grandma? One of them.
Just tell me my mother. Just say my
Sorry.
mother, your mother.
What was?
Because I'm going to think of grandma. But
Got you. What was your favorite memory of your mother?
Favorite thing about my mother is that she was always there for those that were in our household. And she was a seamstress. In those days, we call it dressmaker. She was a seamstress, good cook, good baker. So she took care of the family very well. And you couldn't get away with anything. She would I think, looking back, I think my mother disciplined us even when we didn't need to be disciplined. You know, those people with their hands very light?
Yeah, like you.
Yes, yes, like me. And she would slap, and you wonder to yourself, what did I do wrong? But it happens. That was her way of dealing with discipline, slapping you. She
But-
don't talk.
Is that your favorite thing about grandma?
Yes, that was my not. Don't call it favorite.
Okay, tell me a favorite, one of your favorite memories with her.
She was a good cook and
So
a good mother, great mother. And then we were always in church, and whether she was going or not, we didn't ask questions. She didn't have to tell us to get up and go. We knew that was a part of us living with her. You know, everybody had to go to church. So it's not like now when kids will tell their parents, I am not, I am not, I am not, I am not. She just give you one look, and that says it all.
What's the look?
There's a side look. Give you a side look, and that tell you that you're in problem.
You got that look now.
Yes, and I think I get that look.
Well, thank you for sharing that, Mommy. Okay, so now I want to go into your story. What were your dreams and aspirations when you were younger?
When I was young, at one point I wanted to be a teacher. The next time I wanted to be a nurse.
And you did both. You were a Sabbath school superintendent and a
Yes,
teacher.
Yes, I used to teach basic school growing up. When I left high school, yes, I was teaching basic school at my church. And then I worked with the government, Registrar General's Department. Then it changed to Registrar of Companies, that section that I work. And then afterwards I migrated.
And then what did you do when you came here?
I did home care, taking care of the sick in both ages, young, seniors, middle age, no discrimination. You had, so that was
And
what
that's
I did.
nursing too. I don't want you to discard your experience as a home health aide because you didn't go to nursing school. You were going into people's homes and taking care of them.
Yes, but
That's
the thing about it
nursing.
is we had to be trained. And like twice per year, we had in-service training, and that was real training that you had to do. So you had to do things just as how in the hospital you'll do it. I never want to go into the hospital or the nursing home to work. I prefer to work in the patient's home. I didn't have to do that excess stuff. Yes.
Okay,
And
good.
I dealt with the patient care, not housekeeping. Patient care.
That's
Was it.
it.
Yeah.
Okay. How did you experience significant historical events in your lifetime? Like the politics in Jamaica or the politics in America, were you very involved or you just know
No.
that it's happening and then
No, I didn't get involved in politics. I like when they're having the election and I find out who is winning. If my party is winning, then I'm happy. But other than that, I don't get myself involved in politics.
Okay. What are the most significant decisions you've made and what were their outcomes? You might have to think about that for a second. What are the most significant decisions you've made and what were their outcomes? I could think of one. Remember when you said that your job in Jamaica wanted to have you work on the Sabbath? or something?
Okay. When I went for the interview at Registrar General's Department, and I did the interview, and I make sure when I was told that I was successful, then I wrote a letter to let them know that I'm a Seventh-day Adventist And I didn't ask permission. I will not be working on Saturdays because that's my day of rest. And I said to them, if it's going to be a problem, just take the day's salary. I don't need it. And that was it for years. And then it so happened that years after, there were no Saturday working at all. So I was free from then. And they weren't taking any money anymore out of my salary. But I didn't care. You know, that was my commitment.
And so what was the outcome?
The
you would
outcome
say?
that the day nobody was working on Saturdays anymore. So that was it.
You feel like you influenced that?
Of course. I stand up for because you had some people who just bent over. They said, you go to somebody like an employer and you said, you know, I don't want to work on this Sabbath day because Saturday is my day of worship. And they would just, because of the money, they just go with the flow.
But then there are some professions that get a pass, it seems like, when it comes to getting paid. Because I see, like, nurses, they get a
Yeah,
pass going to work
Well,
on
darling
Sabbath.
child, I just know what I believe in and what I'll do, so that was it. You want to do what you want to do, I do what I know is best for me, right? So I can speak about other people.
Okay, ma'am. Okay. All right, back to you. What are you most proud of, and do you have any regrets?
I must say that I'm proud of my two daughters, and I have no regrets, none at all.
You proud of me?
Yes.
But she's going to be so happy to hear that. Why are you proud of us? Let's get into it. Why are you proud of us?
Because you have been doing things, positive stuff in your life. In school, you stayed in school, you did what you had to do, and you're doing positive stuff.
That's it?
No negative. You could be around having 10 children and all these stuff and doing what, you know, other people do, but no, you stay focused. And that's what I love about you guys. Focus. Focus.
You did a great job, Mommy.
Thank
You
you.
did a great. You're welcome. How was. Okay, we talked about Granny already. Okay, let's see. What have been the happiest and most challenging times in your life? Your happiest and your most challenging.
Happiest and most challenging.
One of one. Okay, so break it down. What was your happiest moment? I already know what you're going to say.
No, pass.
A pass? You got to talk about happy moments.
No, I've had happy moments, but I'm trying to figure which was the most happiest.
Okay, one of.
One
So
of the most.
we won't say that it's the most.
Well, my happiest moment right now is to live to see this age. I'm very happy.
How old are you?
I'm 75 strong.
Yeah, go girl. 75.
Yeah.
You look good.
And to think about it, I'm not taking medications. I could have been taking medications, but I am not. God has been very good to me.
You look good, girl.
Thank you.
And we just finished our photo shoot. It's fire. Shout out to Dawn, okay? And Sound of Music University with an X, okay? Okay. Okay, what was one of the most challenging times in your life? And you could, if you don't want to talk about it like directly, you could form it in the phrase of like a testimony Like something you overcame. It was challenging, but you overcame it. What? You want to pass?
Yeah.
Okay. She don't want to talk about no challenges, okay? But that's how we learn. So you could tell me when we drive in home, okay?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's
All right, that's private. That's private business. Okay. Who are your biggest inspirations and how have they influenced you? I don't know. I'm asking you.
I'm trying to figure out who. My greatest
You don't have
inspiration.
any inspirations?
Not really.
Not really? That's interesting.
Hmm.
Nobody you look up to? Even when you were younger?
When I was younger.
It could be younger. It could be now. How people carry themselves or I don't know.
Well, I think my mother, for sure. Yes, she knew how to put herself together and walk with dignity. Speak well. And she was an example to all of us. She was not in a lewd style. Yes, she carried herself well. And I think her daughters get all of that.
Yeah, y'all do. Y'all do. Okay. That's a great one. What advice would you give to your younger self and what lessons do you wish to pass on to me and Patrice?
The lessons that I want to pass on to Patrice and Crystal is that you love the Lord. Continue to love the Lord. That would be my greatest joy. I would be laughing to my grave once you
Once I what?
once you commit your lives fully to
Our
the
lives
Lord.
are fully committed. I don't know what you're talking about,
Yes.
sis. What lessons do you want to pass on to your children? Lessons. We already love the Lord. We're going to continue loving the Lord. We are fully committed to the Lord. What lessons?
You're fully committed to the Lord, so what lessons?
That you want, like from you as mommy, like make sure
Be
you
the best that you can be. The best mother, the best wife, and the best child of God.
Okay, sis, thank you. That's for me. Oh, my sister just got married. Yes, that's for you too, sis. Okay. And then what advice would you give to your younger self, to younger Doxy? Younger Dutchess, excuse me.
To my younger self, wait before you make a step forward. Wait. And if you wait on the Lord, you will not be disappointed. So waiting is very important.
Waiting, like
Waiting
in general.
in general for anything. Do not go ahead and do things on your own and then you have regrets. But I will not tell you regrets.
You say you don't have any regrets,
Right,
So you
so-
don't have to tell me nothing.
So that's,
No, but you're saying wait on what? Like God to tell you to go forward?
yes.
Okay.
And yes, there are decisions that you ask. You want to make certain decisions. You ask God's permission and you wait. Don't go ahead of Him. Because most times when we go ahead of God, then we mess up.
Okay. I think younger Duchess would
Yeah,
appreciate that.
Yes.
Okay. One of the questions that I know you want to live to see, but you won't see, right? How do you want to be remembered? And what legacy do you wish to leave? And the reason why I prefaced it like that is my mother loves going to funerals. Like, this is her thing. She She goes to funerals probably once a month, if not more, right? On
If there's
average.
funeral.
On average. People she would see on the news. And she found out that where their funeral gonna be, she gonna go. But I think it's more of like a celebration of somebody's life, or just, just paying your respects. But what about you? You will not be here for yours. But what is the legacy that you want to leave, and how do you want to be remembered?
I want to be remembered as someone who was approachable. Maybe people might think that I'm not approachable. It all depends on what
So
I'm
how do you want to be remembered, and how you showing up?
I want to be remembered as somebody approachable, somebody who cares, and I look out for people at all times. I don't care who you are. I will just give you whatever I have, just knowing that you are in need, and you don't even have to ask. People don't even have to ask. You just have that compassion.
So you want to be remembered as somebody that was
Compassionate.
compassionate. Okay. Okay. Thank you. What is your happiest memory of us? Me and you. Nobody else. And I'll say one of your happiest memories of us. Outside of today.
Outside it. Oh, when you were
What?
when you were born, it was like I was so elated. And I'm there saying, "What?" And I called my friends, most of my friends, and telling them, "It didn't even come like I just had this baby girl." It was like one moment I was so happy. It was like the happiest time in my life. Yes, was just happy, elated.
That you had me?
Yes,
Aw.
very elated.
You still happy?
Yes, I'm still happy, although I
better
get
be.
mad at you.
You better be. What was your first year of motherhood like for you?
Challenging,
Yeah.
as all mothers can, attest to that.
Like adjusting.
The
and-
adjusting, yeah. Until you get into it.
I was crying a lot. Stressing you out?
Oh yes, gosh, you were a mess. You were.
Not a mess.
Yes,
What?
you were a mess. Even in the
How? I was just being vocal about like.
No, not even
life.
that. I'm talking about as the same day you were born. All the babies in the nursery were quiet, and your mouth was going off like I don't. She screamed. She makes so much noise.
That's the
Noisy.
type of person
Was
I
a
am.
noisy baby.
Yes.
Very noisy.
I raised my
And sometimes
voice.
at nights I was, oh boy, could not sleep. Yes, I
Don't
just,
get mad at me now. You looking at me like you mad right now.
Yes, so
Okay.
yes,
So it was challenging.
yeah.
All right. So what would have made it easier or like better?
I think I'm not even going back there now. No,
That was
don't
a
go-
while ago. I'm 34, so.
34
okay.
years ago, man.
All right. What's the nicest thing I've ever done for you?
Oh, you?
Me, Crystal.
Oh, Crystal always she always wants to do great things for my birthday. Always surprising me. Until sometimes I have to say, oh, no, I don't want to be bothered. I'm always backing her off, so she always come up with surprises. So,
So what's one of them? What's one of the nicest things?
that's it, my birthday.
Oh, your birthday?
Yeah.
Like what? Like any specific?
Yes, get my friends and we go together and have. You are not even there most of the time, but you get people to be in charge, and
I like to celebrate you. You deserve to be celebrated, and you try to run away
no,
from
I
celebration.
run away from celebration.
Why?
I don't know. I'm that quiet person. Don't like to be in the public's eye.
Yeah, but you deserve it. Like, don't celebrate everybody else, even when you're going to a funeral, right? You're celebrating their life. Celebrate your life while you are living. You know what I mean? Like, don't shy away from that. Like, you are here for a reason. You deserve to be celebrated.
No, but it's not everybody like public.
It doesn't have to be like some extreme stuff, but you deserve to be celebrated. And I think you should accept that. You have over time, but like you said, I have to surprise you because it's like a force in a sense because you're not gonna want to do it for yourself. But it's okay. I'm gonna keep doing it. Okay.
Yes, and I
Okay.
thank you for that.
You're welcome. Okay, and my very last question. She like wrap this up. What's one thing you want me to remember after you are gone?
After I'm gone, where?
I'm glad to know you're not trying to go nowhere. But what's one thing you want to remember after you're gone, or like something that you wish grandma told you, or something you wish you got to ask her? Like, what is something that you would want me to remember after you're gone? I don't want you to go nowhere though,
But I was nurturing, and no matter I might be strict, but still I love you very much. And you have to think of when I'm gone, you think of the love your mother had for you, as much as she was tough, but there was
tough.
still that soft spot there, and you know it.
I love you very much.
Love you.
Thank you, mommy. You tight. You
Yes,
gripping
I
that hard.
am firm.
All right, so say goodbye to the people.
Bye.
Not them. The cameras.
So bye, everyone.
And then last question. I'm sorry, not question, but share the importance of developing mother-daughter relationships, and like Mother's Day is coming up.
It's good to let your children know how much you appreciate them. And when they see you are open to their questions, then you'll be willing to give the answers once you know that the answer that you want to give will be accepted. Because sometimes you give answers and cause confusion, right? So just be honest. Be honest with each other. And I think that goes a long way.
Yes. Okay, blow them a kiss. All right, guys. Thank you for tuning into the Mommy and Me dating series.
Bye.
Bye. Wave. Your famous wave. That was good.
Let me hear it back.
She said, let me hear it back. Yeah, we good.